Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Jumpstart Monday. It is Monday, December 6th. It is the last month of the year, and we are live from Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So if you're here with us live, please let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you, and we will get back to the comments at the end of the episode. So for this episode, we were discussing with Michael what to say today. And we were thinking that at the end of the year in December, it's usually the time of reflection. It is a time of celebration. It is the end of the year, and it's a special period for everyone and for every company. So we thought to discuss this hypothetical scenario where we have a team, and this team has worked very hard on a project for the last 12 months. And despite all their efforts, the project didn't bring the desired results. So imagine you're leading this team and you're going into the conference room to discuss the project. I want you to take a few seconds to think. When we were discussing this with Michael, we thought about three statements that we as leaders do in management meetings that might seem positive on the outside, but depending on the context, they would bring negative results. So let me start with the first one. The first one is kudos for trying. For those of us who are parents, child psychologists tell us that it's good to encourage the children by giving them encouragement statements about their effort. Thank you for trying. It's good that you tried. Now, when it comes to adults, it's not the same thing, actually. Because when it comes to adults, yes, we motivate people by encouraging them, but we motivate people more by talking about the results. So instead of saying kudos for trying, you could say, how can we make sure that your efforts bring results? This way, you also talk about what happened, and you also give the opportunity to the team to talk about what we can do better and what strategies we can implement to make sure that this project is successful the next time. And I will pass it on to you, Michael, for the next two.
Thank you, Sophia. Good morning, everyone. I hope your week started productively and brightly. The second statement, as you will see now on your screen, is let's try harder. We suggest with Sophia that you should change this statement to let's try smarter. There is a reason why you are the manager, and it comes down to experience. It is time for you to share your experience of past projects. It is time for you to refocus your team's energy on strategies and tactics that will help them move forward as a team and as a project. And let me give you an example. Very recently, there was a great documentary that was released on Netflix. It is called 14 Peaks. This documentary, as you now see on your screen, is about a fearless Nepali mountaineer, and this gentleman managed, together with his team, to conquer 13 out of the 14 peaks. They had a goal to conquer all 14 peaks within 7 months, and I don't want to spoil it for you. So he conquered with his team the 13 peaks, but for the 14th peak, they had a problem. The Chinese government wouldn't allow them to go up the mountain. So this time, instead of concentrating on their efforts on the snow, on their climb, they concentrated all their efforts on social media in order to get the government to change their opinion and to get reinforcement and also backup from other politicians. So watch 14 Peaks to see exactly how a manager thought about climbing up the mountain by thinking smarter rather than harder. As a manager, we should reach all our peaks by thinking smarter. This is a time to help our teams. So let's move on to the third one, Sophia. And can you show the third statement, which is, what have we done wrong? You know, I was an athlete for many years. I played for the national team of my country and also for the local team Apollon here in Cyprus. And there were two types of coaches or managers. The first type were the ones that got us to revisit all our successes, all our wins, and see what we've done right. And the second type of coach manager was the type that got us to revisit all our losses to see what we've done wrong and avoid doing it again. Both worked, but I would highly urge you to create an atmosphere that helps your team replicate success. So I would highly urge you to look at what you've done right rather than what we've done wrong, because looking at what we've done right motivates your team. And always, but always, my experience has shown that we should look internally as individuals and as teams. Think about it. If an egg is broken from the outside, life stops. But if an egg is broken from the inside, life begins. I think teams, individuals should look inside in order to get life to begin, get projects to move forward. So, Sophia, these are the three statements, and I'm going to sum them up now. The first one is kudos for trying. As Sophia has told us, it's good to encourage children, but when it comes to adults, be transparent, talk about the elephant in the room, and don't try to sugarcoat everything, because it will demotivate your team long-term to medium-term. It might not demotivate them short-term, but our experience has shown us that they will be truly demotivated long-term. The second statement we should avoid is let's try harder. It's not by trying harder that you succeed. The definition of insanity is continue doing the same thing and expect a different result. By doing the same thing, and surely you won't get a different result. You will get the exact same result. So as a manager, this is a time for you to interfere. This is a time for you to bring your experience and knowledge to the forefront and help guide your team. And the last statement that might demotivate your team is, what have we done wrong? It's not about looking at everything that has gone wrong, but it's also looking at everything that has gone right. Your team is comprised of human beings. And yes, even though they don't want to hear kudos for failing attempts, but they do want to hear praise for what they've done right. And as a manager, you can help guide them towards success. So, Sophia, these are the three statements that might have gone, that might demotivate your team. So let's get to a few of the comments here and see who's here. Our friend Richard Penninger, head of UCL's Business School. Richard, it's an honor having you here. Giorgio Anu, always first. Good morning. How you doing, my friend? Georgia Stavroumaras is here. Good morning, and wishing everyone a great Monday. Let's get to another comment, Sophia, because you also want to talk about the mastermind, as you told me. Good morning to both of you. I always like to start with positives, followed by improvements. Nick, exactly. We love this statement. I think we're going to use this statement. So, Sophia, it's over to you, just to let because we had a lot of questions about our mastermind and about the leaflet that people were expecting. So it's over to you.
Yes. So as you know, we talked about the mastermind the last few weeks. We have very few places left. We have a lot of interest. The mastermind is for those of you who are leaders or want to be leaders, and you want to improve your leadership. You want to improve the way you take decisions. You want to improve the way you manage your team, and you want to improve the way you manage yourself. So it's an 8-week program. We have a session every week of 2 hours where we will be discussing and we will be analyzing different elements of being a leader. And you will be working together with the team to put your minds together. That's why we call it a mastermind. We are gathering leaders together, and it will be we would be happy to have you as well if you're interested. I will put the link here to apply. And if you want to know more about the syllabus and the benefits and everything, please drop us an email and we will send it to you.
Sophia, may I add a few things? By the way, we just added a week, Sophia, so it's a 9-week program, not an 8-week program. We just added a week because we want to cover a very essential topic. We will be talking about delegation. We will be talking about feedback. We will be talking about public speaking, influencing skills, persuading skills. So we want to get managers on to the next level. Bear in mind that because we have a lot of applications coming in from freelancers, we were discussing with Sophia of introducing another mastermind for freelancers. This is mainly about managers. You can be a freelancer and have a team and manage that team. So this is the mastermind for you. But if you're a freelancer, 1 or 2 people, or you're working alone, then I suggest that you apply for the other mastermind, which is coming up soon. We're introducing both almost at the same time, which is all about freelancers. So thank you very much. Sophia, anything to add, or we're okay?
All good.
Okay, we promised a 12-minute episode. This is 10 minutes and 15 seconds up to now. So we are Swiss, Sophia, with our time, or British. So Richard doesn't get offended. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Have a great week ahead, and we will keep you posted.